is the Dr. Pepper Coca-Cola Friday Night Rivals.
Week 5 of the high school football season here on Friday Night Rivals, and we are in Way West Mobile tonight. A 7A matchup. Baker hosting Daphne. Baker trying to stay perfect in region play, and the Daphne Trojans trying to get to 2-1 in the region and match what Baker would be if the Trojans get a victory here tonight. Good evening. I'm Jim Cox, my partner Dan Brennan, high atop the stadium here at huge stadium out here in West Mobile, right?
It is nice to be back out here. Baker, they got a good team too, man.
Yep, 7A matchup. We talked about it a little bit earlier when we were over on NBC doing a hit during the news that like this game already early on, they're thinking, ooh, they're doing a little playoff calculations for this one.
Yeah, Daphne wins this one. They get really hot, and the schedule favors them down the stretch. So this one has really been circled by the Trojans tonight. Be a big road win.
Yeah, we saw Daphne a couple of weeks ago. We saw Baker last time when they went down to Foley last year and won. You know, they were strong defensively up front last year, and the Hornets, it's looking the same way again this year.
Yeah, they got a guy named Ashton Stokes. He's number 90. He just plugs the middle, but he plugs away. He does his job. He keeps blockers off the linebackers. He grades out really well every week for the Baker Hornets. He may not make all the flashy stops, but he's doing his job.
You know, you and I, when we did that Daphne MGM game, during the game, after the game, over the weekend, the following week, tonight, we couldn't stop talking about Daphne's young quarterback. And there's a reason why.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Christian Seeger is a really talented young guy. He's a junior. He transferred in from Spanish Fort. He can play. He played very well in the loss to MGM. He also has 9 TD passes on the year. 4 were last week alone, so he's a bit on a hot streak.
Yep, 7A Region 1 matchup here on Friday Night Rivals. It should be a good one. And, again, these two evenly matched teams, a lot of speed on the field. It should be an exciting game here. We can't wait to kick it off. Speaking of kickoff, it's coming up right after this here on Friday Night Rivals tonight. Baker and Daphne on UTV 44.
Friday Night Rivals is sponsored by Dr. Pepper with the Coca-Cola Red Zone, the Mobile County Sheriff's Department. Join Team Sheriff today. And Greer's Markets. Greer's got it. We guarantee it.
Set an example for students.
Great crowd here tonight at Baker for our 7A matchup. Baker and Daphne, and Baker will receive the kick to open things off here. Malachi Norman will kick off for the Trojans. Daphne coming in with a record of 3-1.
Well, I predicted a crowd between 2,500 and 3,000 this morning on FM Talk 106.5, and it looks like
take the over. Take the over.
I'm on the money, it looks like, huh? Great turnout. 2 really good teams. That's why.
Yep.
That's why we're here.
So this one goes short up the far side, taken at the 30 and bounced out of bounds. Will be Chris White. We'll talk about him a lot on offense tonight for the Hornets as well. They kept it out of the hands of Katori Marion, who's so dangerous back there. But boy, how about this young man, Dan? Just a junior, 6'5", 220. Tate Graham at quarterbacks. We look at the Greer starting lineup. Speedy Wheeler in the backfield. White, Marion, and Jones. They are deadly on the outside. Rogers, White, McCurchie, Rogers, Clark, and Moody, the tight end, will get some action with the ball coming his way as well. But Graham is just he's just such a specimen to look at. 278 yards a game coming in, 1,115 yards on the year, 65% completion. And they'll start it on the ground to Jalen Speedy Wheeler on the right side, and Stevie Allen there to make the tackle for the Trojans.
As a running back, it never hurts to have the nickname Speedy.
Again, it's not an ironic version of the nickname.
No.
So he has
so much speed on this field tonight. It's very exciting, and these two quarterbacks as well. I love watching this guy warm up.
5 touchdowns for Wheeler already. 2-0 in the region for the Hornets. And Graham with pressure now steps up. He doesn't scramble a lot, but now he's going to do it for the second time this year, and he's going to pick up the Roof Doctors first down here on the opening drive.
It's not a statue. Talked to Eric Scott before the game. He said, no, this guy's so important to us. We really don't ask him to do that much, but he did it there. Obviously, Daphne in man-to-man, Jim, and nobody turned around, nobody in his zone.
Daphne's defense, Franklin up front. Fam's having a great season. Willis there as well. The 8th grader, class of 2030. Trey Kyles, the linebacker,
Yeah.
Meyer, Allen, and Guy. And then you got Williams in the backfield in the secondary, I should say. That one's tipped and intercepted, tipped right through the hands and picked off and up across midfield and into Baker territory as that one got deflected up in the air and able to pull it down. A.J. Blakeney, a new starter in the secondary as this one deflected, and Blakeney able to pick it up. Falling down was Wheeler.
Wheeler slipped, and Patch was there, but Blakeney, Johnny on the spot there, the new kid on the block, gets the pick, and Daphne's in position on the Baker side of the 50.
So that the first takeaway this year for the Daphne defense, and it comes in the first quarter of week 5. And now Christian Seeger out here, play fake, and now he looks to go up top, looking on the far side, hangs it high at the 10, able to pull it in, makes a move inside the 5, Scoot Miles, touchdown Trojans, 48 yards. Miles had a touchdown last week, and he's got it tonight here for back-to-back games. A one-play drive, but it's coming back. There's a hold.
Oh, wow.
I didn't even see the flag. Wow. It's all the way back at the 44.
Holy, well, the band's playing and everything, Jim. Everybody missed that, that flag.
The officials downfield had him set up, ready to work on the PAT. So it takes the big strike off the board. You got to love the call, though. Get a turnover in midfield, take the shot.
You know, it's the classic call, though, when you have the speed to really take advantage of it. And that ball was really underthrown by Seeger. We praised him a lot here pregame, and he was great last time we had him. He underthrows it, but Miles comes back to the ball, but all for nothing. Got a hold, coming back.
Back to the 43 and 1st and 20. Now Seeger will give it off to Johnson, and he'll get a handful. And now some battling up front there. Fredericks was in the middle of it for Daphne, so pickup of about 6. So 2nd and 14 coming up. Seeger, the quarterback. Johnson and Miles, who just had that touchdown, taken away. LeBraylon Williams, the other threat. Gardner had 3 touchdowns last week. Fredericks, the big anchor on the right side, at 305. Rudolph, McWhorter, Maxwell, and Forrest up front. Seeger has some time, and he'll drift to his left. And now nice across the middle, able to get that one off and complete into Hornet territory.
That's exactly what Seeger did 2 weeks ago when we had him against MGM. He moves out of the pocket, he moves around to avoid the sacks, but he keeps his eyes downfield. If he's got to run, he just makes good decisions. That time, the right decision, and they pick up about 7.
That was Carson Leverett with the catch. Baker defense brought to you by Greer's. Moore, Stokes talked about, and Reed, Campbell, Hawthorne, and Roberts, and English, the linebackers, Petaway, Taylor, Tristan Robinson. He was a big part of the running attack last year, moves over to play safety, and Grisham there as well. And now 3rd down and about 6. They bring Scoot Miles into the backfield. Seeger looking right side, fires that one off, and incomplete, out of the reach of A.J. Blakeney.
Decision here, Jim? You think about going for it on this side of the 50? Not now.
Now run out the punt team. So Blakeney, who had the interception, that one just out of his reach, sailed on him a bit. So Malachi Norman on the punt, left-footed kicker, and this one a good one. And Baker just lets it bounce, but it takes a bit of a hornet bounce up to about the 23-yard line. So touchdown taken away, scoreless, and Baker will get it back early in the first here on Friday Night Rivals. I did not see that flag. Nobody.
No.
Nope.
Did not see it.
And they had him set up.
I know.
Ready to go for it.
Looks great on TV, man.
Friday Night Rivals is sponsored by Andrews Diesel and Automotive, proud sponsor of tonight's Scholar Athlete of the Week. McMurphy Orthodontics will make you want to smile. And Roof Doctors. Got a sick roof? Call the doctor. Roof Doctors.
Early on here, we've had some fireworks, and then we've had some buckets of water dumped on the fireworks,
Yeah,
right?
some fireworks and some duds. That's the way it usually works out, even on the 4th of July. Baker got the ball back. No damage done after the turnover.
We'll start it at the 21. Tate Graham, 12 TDs, 2 interceptions on the year. North Alabama's offered him. South Alabama's offered him. That list will grow.
Yep.
Wheeler checks into the backfield in motion to the near side with Moody. Give it off to Wheeler, and Wheeler bounces off a tackle at the 20 and out across the 25 to the 30. Helmet came flying off, and Wheeler going to push it all the way ahead to the 34 for a Roof Doctors first down. It was Antoine Sledge who lost his helmet, and he'll have to sit out of play. Wheeler, 385 yards coming in, 5 touchdowns, also 3 touchdown receptions, averages 96 yards on the ground per game. Quick out on the far side. Good job by the Daphne defense to bottle that one up immediately as they got it to Josh Jones, the senior, with 17 catches coming in. They got speed on the outside. Daphne's got good speed on those corners and in the secondary as well.
Yeah, they better, because right now they're up on the wideouts. Got to be able to retreat fast against this bunch of wide receivers.
Jones comes in motion. Instead, able to get this one off to Chris White. And Chris White going to have another Roof Doctors first down up to the 45. White with his 10th catch of the season.
That's a play that Saraland liked a lot last week with Spencer.
Yep.
Just quick slant, let him use what he's got.
Boy, you just see the arm angle there of Tate Graham as the defender was jumping up and just dropped it down and able to throw it right in the slot. Come up with a first down.
Good looking prospect.
Boy, tempo from this Baker offense as well. Wheeler around the left edge. Another nice hole, and on the ground, he's going to have the 3rd consecutive first down.
Got to compliment that offensive line, Jim. You don't have a couple of first downs, rushes 10 and 11 yards without them doing the job up front.
Yeah, Rogers and White sealing it off there for the Roof Doctors' first down. And Baker at the 43 of the Trojans. That will send Moody, the tight end, out in motion. Looking to go up top, able to get that one off to Josh Jones. And Jones, a whole bunch of white jerseys around him there. He's still going to pick up 5 or so.
It matters, too, to have a big quarterback with a strong arm, even on a quick out like that, a quick screen. Get it to him where he can quickly, where he can motor with it going ahead, and that's what was done right there.
Gets 5. Back to Wheeler. Wheeler on the inside, a little cutback block, and keeps the leg going, but speedy and strong. You can just see the lower body strength after contact. He's able to keep driving ahead, and he's got another Roof Doctors first down to the 33.
Very composed offense, sometimes a little tempo.
Had a little thunder and lightning last year with Wheeler and Robinson in the backfield. And
yeah, remember that.
They moved Robinson to safety and just let him take over there defensively, and now feature Wheeler. Now tossed to the near side, and Chris White with his 2nd catch of the night. He's pumped out of bounds. Going to be near the stick and be real close. Not sure. Yep, he's going to have it. Another Roof Doctors first down.
Watching him in pregame, he looked like he was just playing catch, but in pregame, that's what you are doing. You're
right.
But I thought, can he take this to the field? And so far, he has.
Flag down here. Wheeler breaks it inside the 10, and I think that's coming back. Looks like that's going to be
something on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. Pre-snap infraction here. Gary Beasley, our referee.
Offsides on Daphne.
Nope, they're bringing it back.
A lot of motion in this offense, right, Jim?
Yep, that was a little too much.
Yep.
So make it 1st and 15. Put it back to the 28. Boy, they've just been
penalty from the previous spot brings up a first down and 15.
Methodically moving it down the field. Here started at the 22.
The fact that they can running it so well, big part of that. You get balance, you're going to have success.
Vittori Marion, who's their leading receiver with 4 touchdowns on the year, over 300 yards, including a long of 90 in the slot. Then motion by Pryor. They look up to the top of the screen, able to get it off to Jones. Jones only going to get a couple this time. Good job by Daphne. Out there on the coverage, E.J. Williams out there.
You know what's coming. They're going to make it look like a quick out, a quick screen, and somebody's going to fly down that field.
Right back to Wheeler. They love that left side, and Wheeler splits a couple of defenders, and he bowls ahead. He's going to be close. And he's going to have the Roof Doctors first down, and in the Coca-Cola red zone as well.
They have found something here on the left side. Pin everybody back in and
pulling from the right as well.
Yep.
First down at the 13. Wheeler on the left side. Tell me if you've heard this before. Stays on his feet and bumped out of bounds at about the 2, and it's going to set up first. Going to be close, maybe 1st and goal. Yep, it'll be 1st and goal. Another Roof Doctors first down.
We're going to go, looks like power and Wildcat.
Yeah, they bring in Stokes from the defensive side.
Take out Graham.
Yep, Ronald Reed comes over. And
they've been running it well enough without those guys in the game, to be honest with you.
And they'll go Wildcat right to Wheeler, and he goes right up the middle, and he's in for the touchdown. Oh boy, pushing and shoving. There might have been a punch thrown at the bottom of that pile. Certainly a hard shove after the play. And you hope that's not a punch, or that'll be an ejection. So they bring in the big package. Wheeler goes in, and there was pushing and shoving at the bottom of the pile, and something escalated there. There was definitely more than a shove. It was a Daphne player down. It looked like a Baker player took some type of a, hopefully it was just maybe like an open hand hard. We'll listen here to Gary Beasley, we hope. So touchdown's good. Dead ball against Daphne. One against Baker as well, so we'll offset. Okay,
yeah.
good. So there was no
collateral damage other than neither can get another.
Yeah. So ArcelorMittal touchdown does count, and you can apply now at ArcelorMittalCalvertJobs.com. Kaysen Lawrence, 18 of 18 on the year on the PATs. Will try to stay perfect here as Baker has jumped out to the early lead. Still perfect for Lawrence.
They ran it so much, Jim, it took up about half the quarter.
7-0. Big package here, and right up the middle, Wheeler untouched. And the Hornets on top, 7-0. 7A region matchup here on Friday Night Rivals.
Oh, there we go with the smile cam. Smile cam is brought to you by
McMurphy Orthodox. They want to make you smile. Baker fans will have to smile about after that impressive drive. Almost all on the ground and quick outs. To the left side, they found something they like there with Speedy Wheeler. Somewhere like back in the 70s, there was some DJ like in Omaha, Speedy Wheeler. Can't you see he's like playing like in a classic rock station, right?
There was a guy at Miami named Speedy Neal way back in the early 80s. Running back.
This is Speedy with another touchdown here tonight, and Lawrence will send this one all the way back to the 5. Scoot Miles out across the 25 to maybe the 26.
We're getting enough cool nicknames for you tonight.
No, all over. You know, it's you usually got to be a really good player to get a cool nickname, right?
Yeah.
So that
for it to really stick.
Why we got him here tonight. So Daphne on that first drive had the turnover and then had the big touchdown, but the holding call brought it back and just kind of thwarted that drive. But Christian Seeger, Dan talked about it, 9 touchdowns, 67% completion coming in to tonight's contest. Inside give, not much there as they bring in Jameer Alcius. A couple of touchdowns on the year. He and Johnson will kind of alternate a lot throughout the evening. So just a pickup of 1 for Daphne. Dan, that up-tempo Baker used to got to be tough to simulate in practice to get ready for it as well, because they're really up and on the ball.
Yeah, they are, and they're gaining yards, and they're demoralizing.
Inside, C.J. Gardner able to make the catch, but a good open field tackle. Tristan Robinson there able to wrap him right up for Baker. As we said, Gardner had 3 touchdowns last week. He's got 4 on the year.
All right, Hornets, it's third.
But Robinson was right there on him. Again, said Robinson moved over to the defensive side and good open field tackle, and third and about 3 coming up. We'll call it, yeah, 3rd and 3.
Both teams know huddle, but you're right, Baker went a lot quicker.
Seeger at the far side, able to get to Miles, and Miles has got a first down, and Miles up to the 49-yard line. Pickup of 16 and Roof Doctor's first down. You can see why they just want to get it in his hands. He's a little dinged up early in the year, and now healthy and back, a huge weapon for this Daphne offense.
Been a good player for 3 years now,
Yep,
right?
Yep.
Scoot Miles.
His brother starts on the defensive side for Daphne. Blakeney split out wide. And they emptied out with 3 receivers to the bottom of the screen. Looking at some miscommunication there. Trying to go to Blakeney, but Blakeney slipped, but that wasn't the big problem there. They just weren't on the same page.
Yeah, and Blakeney slips, but came up with the interception when they
when Wheeler fell down.
When Wheeler fell down, so a couple of slips right around midfield on this artificial turf. Not sure to make anything of that.
It hasn't rained here in 409 days.
Yeah.
Fake of the inside give, able to get it back to Miles, and Miles on second down trying to make something happen. It's a big hit. Nowhere to go there. He's got wrapped up in.
All right, Hornet fans, it's third down.
There's Eric Scott, who's coached at BC Reign for 3 years, but been with his brother Derek. He was out here 4 years, defensive coordinators at Saraland. With 5th year here, takes over after Juan Johnson left after just 1 year. Third down, thrown to the near side, nearly intercepted. Ooh, it was hanging up in the air, and Keandre Petaway looked like that would have been a pick 6. But instead, get up to the 40, and it's a first down for Daphne. Boy, this looked dangerous, Dan.
Boy, did it ever. Great concentration also.
Leverett, the junior, with a second catch of the night.
That was a big play considering what it could have been.
Now Daphne on the move here to the Hornet 40 as we approach 2 minutes to go in the first. Seeger wants to hang it up. This one hangs up too long, and that one nearly intercepted. Ooh. He's trying to go to Gardner, and
Seeger's pass falls incomplete. Broken up at number 12, Josh Jones for the Hornets.
Seeger misread that. He
Down at 10 from the Baker 40.
has way too much air under it considering the traffic back there. And I guess what you had was a corner comes off his man and comes up to make the play.
2nd and 10. Daphne, we didn't see him run it all that well against MGM, and not really committing to it. They're happy to throw it around the yard a lot here tonight. On the inside give this time. Upended is Alcius, about the 36. And third down coming up. So Daphne 10-3 all time against this Baker team, but Baker has won 3 of the last 4, and including the last 2. Of course, Baker was a program that was really just floundering out here for so long. Got that playoff win last year, the first one in 40 years, first one in school history. And third down now, and buried. Nowhere to go as Ronald Reed comes up with the sack. And Seeger had no chance on that one. And now that might even take him out of going for a range. Punt. He did lose the football at the end of that play, and alertly able to fall on that. Brian Kelder.
Jim, I would guess if they got half of the 6 they needed, they'd have gone for it on 4th down, don't you think?
Yep, so took him out of going for it range. Tori Marion back deep, and Malachi Norman. Another good kick. And This one bounces into the end zone over the head of Vittoria Marion, and out to the 20 it will come. So Daphne was moving it well. And then Baker's defense able to bowl up there and get the stop and force the punt. Now we'll see if Daphne's defense can do the same. Antoine Sledge, one of the starters back there in the secondary for this Daphne team.
Baker rushed it for 66 yards that first drive, and their passes were all short, the old extended or the run game style. So let's see what happens now.
Baker didn't have the right formation out on the field, so Graham had to call for someone new and able to get it complete on the far side, and making a quick move is Marion, and Marion going to have another Roof Doctors first down. They're waiting for Pryor to come on the field, and they get it. Wow, look at the move there by Marion. See, he's so elusive when he gets it in his hand, and Graham comes right back to him on this side, and Marion to the 40, and that should bring the first quarter to a close. And the home team, the Baker Hornets, on top by a score of 7-0 through one here on Friday Night Rivals. Good one, big crowd here in West Mobile.
Closed captioning, by the way, is brought to you by SA Recycling. Cleaner communities, stronger future with SA Recycling.
Through one here on the campus of Baker High School. It's the home team, the Hornets, on top of the Daphne Trojans. 7-0, 7A Region 1 matchup. Jim Cox and Dan Brennan here atop the stadium at Baker. Great first quarter, what we expected, but really Daphne's defense going to have to find out a way to slow this running game of Baker down.
Yeah, they had a great first drive. The second drive of the game really went 80 yards. A lot of that on the ground and other quick screens. So nothing downfield yet, but both these teams have got that kind of speed where they can bust one.
Baker has it at the at their own 40 to start the second quarter. First quarter moved a little quicker than the last time we saw Daphne on television, Dan Brennan.
Yeah, I've seen. Yeah.
Inside give, and this is Gavin Wood, the junior, getting his first carry of the night. And a flag at the 40, right at the line of scrimmage, where you would guess maybe a...
Right at the tackle, actually. One of the flagging a hold that far downfield, not sure.
Holding.
Yeah.
Offense. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay first down.
Take away the holding penalty. You can't, but if you did, there'd be 10 times, or I'm sorry, 3 times that I know tonight that Baker's been able to run it for 10 yards. Rush it right at him. They really haven't been slowed down.
No, they're averaging 35 points a game, and they had a great team last year, 9-3. Lost last year to Jackson. They lost to Mary G in overtime, and then they lost in the playoffs. But they bring back 5 of their top yardage gainers back this year.
Yeah, they're fast. They're spectacular.
Graham throws this one, drops it into the hands, and now it's picked off the second one tonight as that one is bounced out of the hands of Jones, and able to come up with the catch is Stevie Allen for Daphne, and 2. Now there's a flag at the 39 downfield. What a great throw from Graham. Dropped it right in there on Jones, and that's twice a pass has gone off a receiver's hands for Baker and into a defender's hands of the Daphne Trojans.
Yeah, his stat line's going to look poor, but actually that was a great throw. That's the talent this young man has.
Daphne with no takeaways coming into the game this season, and now they've got 2 in the first quarter and 35 seconds.
After the change possession, personal foul, blindside block against the defense. It'll be a first down.
So it was after the catch, and watch it. Love the throw here from Graham. Yeah, just went through Jones. And Jones already with 19 catches on the year.
Not that one.
That was actually Jaden Lee, 8, not 9, who came up with it.
What he's doing, Jim, he's pursuing the play. He's not giving up, and the ball ends up in his hands because of his hustle. Just stand around.
Daphne with good field position at the 45. Scoot Miles with the catch, tried to make a move in space, and that was going nowhere. Carmelo Taylor able to wrap him up.
Both these
so
teams,
much speed.
They're both these defenses. The pressure on them is to tackle, get guys on the ground, because a lot of these passes again are just quick screens, quick outs, quick slants, hoping that at least one tackle can be broken, then a big play can be made because of the talent at wideout for both teams.
So gain of just 1, and
Illegal substitution. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
So Daphne will put themselves behind the sticks. They had an extra offensive lineman in there. When you're 6'5", 315, it's hard to just sneak your way on the field and not get noticed.
Yeah. See that more with defense not getting off the field in time.
2nd and 14 now for the Trojans. Seeger able to flip that one out, but nowhere to go. A little crossing pattern to Scoot Miles.
That was Robinson.
Yep, Robinson with the open field tackle again. No gain, and now 3rd and long.
It's amazing what one penalty can do, right?
Just, yeah. Especially you get just 1 yard on first down, and then you get the penalty, and now it's 3rd and 14. Baker showing a little blitz there. They'll bring Miles back in the backfield, and they'll flip it out to him. Scoot Miles makes a man miss, and he's got the first down and more across midfield, and Miles all the way up to the 33-yard line.
They blitzed from the boundary. They threw it to the boundary. So Miles had one less defender to worry about, and he's got the kind of speed that can make you pay.
Picks up 27. It's so hard not to over pursue when you're coming in on a tackler like that. It's so speedy and shifty. And Daphne needed that first down. And now they're up at the 33 and back in business in plus territory. They'll bring Johnson into the backfield. He'll take the handoff. Got slowed up by Ronald Reed.
Anderson, the ball carrier for the Trojans.
And Got maybe a yard after all of that.
Left line first by number 4, T.J. Roberts.
Little.
Gain of about a yard of the play brings up a second down. Well, actually, no gain of the play brings up a second down and 10 for the Trojans.
Even tonight, 4 rushes for 3 yards for Daphne. So tries they made, not getting that run game uncorked.
Jackson Williams replaces Alex Hawthorne, who one of the officials told to get out of there that play. A little extracurricular activity at the end of that one. It's been a little chippy here.
It has been.
Tonight. 7A Region 1 matchup. Not a big surprise. Rolling out Seeger, able to flip that one back off and got out of the backfield to Johnson, and Johnson's going to lunge forward. And he's going to have the first down. It's more of that decision making we loved 2 weeks ago against MGM.
Yeah, I don't think they complicate it too much for the quarterback either. He knows primarily 1 or 2 places he can go with the ball. That's basically an outlet right there, right over the middle of the field, right in his sight. So he just does a good job of making the right decision, and he's accurate.
Up to the 23. Johnson slips through on the left side. He'll get a couple of hard-earned yards there. Hawthorne back in there on the tackle. So Eric Scott, the coach,
liked him a lot, huh?
Oh yeah, for a long time. So he's defensive coordinator, and he was just talking about what a lot of coordinators have to go through is like you have to step back a little bit and coach everything. And sometimes it's so hard to do when you've been calling plays as a DC for so long.
That's right.
And the defense was so salty last year for this Baker team. Seeger fires it right side, and that one nearly intercepted as it goes over the hands of his intended receiver, and Joshua Jones was over there.
12, Josh Jones.
We'll bring up 3rd and 9.
All right, Hornet fans, it is 3rd down.
They've been really cautious, Jim Trunk, going downfield. Not much of that at all. Texas got their linebackers all dropped about 5 yards or so. Gumming up the middle of the field.
Alcius comes back in. And now waiting for the crosser and able to get that one off. It's going to be complete, but short of the first down. Will Few, the sophomore, with the reception, but picked up enough. And he would. Malachi Norman's got a big leg, but I think Kenny King's going to take a timeout and decide what they want to do here on fourth down.
Get the feeling this game.
4th and about 5, yeah.
This Baker offense, I don't know if you want to mess around and kick field goals if you're down this far.
We'll see what Kenny King and the Trojans decide here on this timeout.
Friday Night Rivals is sponsored by UJ Chevrolet, serving Mobile since 1939. ArcelorMittal Calvert. Apply now at ArcelorMittalCalvertJobs.com. And the United States Coast Guard. Protect, defend, save. Online at GoCoastGuard.com.
After the halftime performances,
so 4th and 5, and after the timeout, Kenny King sends out the kicking team. It'll be a 35-yard attempt for Malachi Norman. Stevie Allen to hold right in the middle. Bit of a low snap. And Norman's kick is not good. It was low and to the right, and the snap was low and threw off.
Yeah, the snap was low and to the right. So I'm sure that had a lot to do with it.
Kind of thought after they picked up a few there on that third down that he might have gone for it.
I'm telling you, he must have a lot of faith in not just, you was talking about faith in the kicker. I would call it more faith in the operation. You know, the snap, the hold. Evidently, he's got enough.
And faith in your defense.
Yeah, faith in defense too, but just that whole special team, he thought they could execute it, and they were doomed at the snap.
So,
I like the way Graham just moves, man. He has quarterback written all over him.
Hornets will start 1st and 10 from their own 20.
Back at the 20 now for Graham, who has 2 interceptions, but both deflections off his receiver's hands, and nowhere to go for Wood on that one. That was shut down immediately. Miles Hankins, the sophomore, in there to make the stop
They've got
for the Trojans.
Sophomore of the defensive line and an 8th grader at outside linebacker, and those kids aren't small.
Now they're starting in 7A football. This is not 8.
Yeah.
This is not eight-man football, 8-on-8. This is big boy football. Motion, they get this one dropped. Coming across was the sophomore, Jamie Pryor. Boy, if he catches that in stride.
Who knows?
And now it's 3rd and 12. And a quick 2 plays that have not resulted in anything for this Hornet offense.
Graham 7 of 9.
Yeah, the
7 of 10 now, I guess. And 3 drops.
Yep.
4 tips.
Graham looking right side, and that one's incomplete. Maybe some miscommunication. I think they wanted him to come to Jones a little more underneath, but Daphne's defense comes up with a quick 3-and-out stop there.
I wasn't really sure where he was going with that ball.
So Graham was having a conversation with one of the coaches on the near side.
Yeah, I don't think they were on the same page, Graham and receivers, on that particular play.
So Scoot Miles will stand back at his own 45. Kyson Lawrence to punt from inside his own 5. Lawrence with an end-over-end kick. Takes a good Hornet roll, but good field position for the Trojans here at the 44 to start that drive. When we come back halfway through the second, good one here on Friday Night Rivals out in West Mobile between the Trojans and the Hornets.
There you go. Should be all smiles on the Baker side. The Friday Night Rivals Smile Cam, sponsored by McMurphy Orthodontics, will make you want to smile.
So, big matchup in 6A tonight is on Old Shell Road. St. Paul's and Theodore tied at 14. Spanish Fort with a big win over Murphy last night on a Thursday night matchup. And here on first down, Seeger looking to take a shot. Wants to go to Gardner up top and overthrew him. That one's going to be picked off Gerard Grisham comes up with the INT, his second of the year. And Seeger just overthrew Gardner.
Got a deep safety back there, Jim.
They will take over 1st and 10 from their own 10.
And really had no chance.
Grisham was just came over from his corner spot and just ran under that one.
They're coming off a week where Gardner had 3 touchdowns,
yeah.
So they've got a lot of confidence in taking a shot.
After Baker's offense just went 3 and out. They probably haven't done that many times this year. Stay tuned after the game for our school bus stop of the game, but they went 3 and out after the missed field goal. And now that one knocked down and incomplete. So we're trying to get it to Speedy Wheeler. They hadn't run the ball as much here in the second as they were in the first.
They ran for 60 yards on that drive that concluded with a touchdown run. So they ran it well early.
Mary G leads Foley 14-0. Last time we got an update on that one. So 2nd and 10. Graham brings Jones in motion. Graham hit, dropped back near the goal line. Nowhere to go. Is busted in there as the 8th grader Trey Kyles. You heard me, 8th grader with his 4th sack of the season. He kind of helped finish things off there. Hankins, the sophomore, was the first one there, but Kyles came in late, but Hankins is disruptive here in the second quarter.
You know, you get guys who are prospects. Say, what are you going to study in college? It's like, I don't know, I'm in the 8th grade.
I'm studying for the 8th grade test to become a freshman.
Yeah.
So 3rd and forever here, and Graham out of the end zone. They set up a little screen and tried to get it to Wheeler, and that's broken up. And now Baker going to be punting from their own end zone.
Daphne, really good defensive set right there. Really good team defense. They played fearless. They pushed the line of scrimmage back. Kenny King's got to be really happy with that. Again, they're going to get the ball in good field position again.
Yep, that's back-to-back 3 and outs, and now Lawrence will stand right at the edge of the back of his own end zone. Scoot Miles stands at the Hornet 40. And Lawrence with a low line drive, and Miles fields it on one hop and reverses field. And now Scoot Miles across the 30. Miles up the right side, inside the 20. Still on his feet, and Miles all the way inside the 5. Let's see where they mark him out. It's going to be 1st and goal quickly in the Coca-Cola red zone. And this game about to flip on a quick punt return by Scoot Miles.
I mean, couldn't you just feel it? The kicker with his heel on the outside the end zone, and Miles such a good return man.
What a
nice play to keep it in front of him. But he knows what to do with it. Now, I've said they've had pretty good field position. They haven't had this kind of field position.
At the 8 as that low kick, and so your cover team doesn't have a chance to get down there, and you got one of the fastest guys in 7A returning it, who made the great AstroTurf hop up over his, almost over his head. Alcius will take the handoff, slips one tackle, and will get maybe a couple.
This is tough. Daphne just has not run it well in the 2 games we've seen them, actually. They played pretty well against MGM. They did not run it very well, but you're down here, everything's so compressed. Tough to spin it in the end zone.
4 of their 5 touchdowns last week were through the air.
Yeah, but not from this close.
Alcius back in there. Now they look for Gardner. They want to go up top in the corner. A lot of hand fighting there, and overthrown is Grisham, who has the interception. Gardner's just got that big body.
Yeah, he's got pretty good size.
And Grisham was there one-on-one, but Gardner really didn't have much of a chance on that one. Now be interesting to see if you gain 4 or 5 here, then what do you do? Do you take the chip shot, or do you try to punch it in?
Good question.
Put Gardner in the slot. 5 receivers. scoop Miles into the backfield. Seeger wants to come back to the near side. It's through the hands of Gardner, and that was well defended. Miles on the other side and slipped out of the backfield, and if he sees him over there, he's got a walk-in touchdown.
Wow, I didn't realize that. I did see that Baker brought 2 guys off the edge, 2 blitzers, but they were maintaining good defense at the goal line.
So Norman will try again. This would just be a 25-yard attempt. Allen to hold.
Attempt a 25-yard field goal for the Trojans.
Straight up midfield for the left-footed kicker. Better snap this time. And he misses the short field goal. Boy, and a left-footed kicker to go wide right. Really pulled that.
Man.
Still 7-0 Baker.
Closed captioning for tonight's game is exclusively sponsored by SA Recycling. Cleaner communities, stronger future.
So Daphne has missed 2 field goals. You get the big punt return, 1st and goal at the 8, only get a couple of yards, miss the short field goal. And I know that's got to make your team a little upset at that, but I think we're looking at 2 really good defenses here tonight, Dan Brennan.
They're playing well.
Give it to Wheeler, and Wheeler's time goes on the right side, and he'll get about 4, and this time it is the 8th grader, Trey Kyles. And I know people are like, Cox is knowing what he's talking about. It's not an 8th grader starting for linebacker at Daphne. It's like, no, and it's not just an 8th grader. It's like Kenny King is like,
he's going to be really good.
All in, like,
Kenny's
good,
all in.
like generationally good, potentially player coming out of Daphne. Fall ahead for a couple here on 2nd down for Wheeler.
Daphne is playing good defense tonight. After that one drive, they've done a good job against the run. They've kept everything in front of them. I think Baker's helped them a little bit with the drops.
Yep. So Daphne had 2 interceptions in the first half and a punt return that set up 1st and goal, and they're still scoreless.
Yep.
Start to just don't know how many more of those opportunities you get during a football game.
Very good point.
Wood takes the handoff, and Wood bangs ahead. Helmet came loose, and now he's going to be a yard short. No, they're going to give him the 1st down on the mark on the far side. Wow. And that's the 8th grader right there. Trey Kyles have to come out for losing the helmet.
He's going to need a ride to school.
6'2".
Give him a lift.
6'2", 220 as an 8th grader, 13 years old. Now Graham, they roll him out. Play a little pitch and catch this time on the far side, able to get it off to Chris White. And White across the 40. That'll be another 1st down.
Yeah, Graham making it look like it's Thanksgiving in the front yard. Nice and easy. There's no panic to him.
Baker will get it to start the 2nd half. White comes in motion behind Graham. give it to Wheeler, and Wheeler on the left side, a little jump cut and a burst up near midfield, and suddenly the running game going again here for the Hornets.
They got a little life now, and they'll probably get a little more sped up. Less than 2 minutes, they're at midfield. They would definitely like that chance to do a double it up.
Go a little more speedy. Is that what you're saying? I see what you did there.
See if they can get a touchdown end of first half, start of second half.
Wheeler bounces it to the outside. He's going to have another first down. He is in to Hornet territory.
Gets to the sideline, stops the clock.
Hankins with a tackle, sophomore playing well for Daphne from that linebacker spot. Down to a minute 37 remaining. Graham looking right side, wants to go up top and sails that one well over Marion, who's in double coverage there.
Yeah, but he had the inside leverage, so if he throws it to the middle of the field, they're in pretty good shape. But again, just not on the same page with some of these deeper downfield throws.
And Marion, his favorite target so far this season.
Shutout with this shutout tonight.
2nd and 10. Wheeler on the right side. Trying to slip in behind a blocker, and he'll get maybe 4. So it is 3rd and 6. Put it at the 39. Yeah, to get the first down here, you think they're kind of slowing things down here. They don't want to give Daphne any time if they weren't able to convert a first down.
Yep.
But we've seen they can go up tempo as needed. 3rd and 6. Rolling out Graham. Looking for one-on-one. He wants White. Instead, Graham's going to keep it himself and makes the business decision to step out of bounds with 3 white jerseys converging on him. That's probably been coached into that young man.
Yeah.
They were saying, because he would have dropped the shoulder and he was still 3 yards short. I don't think he was going to get through those 3 defenders.
No, talking to Scott before the game, Coach Scott, it was pretty obvious this kid has been told avoid car crashes at all costs.
Yeah. Daphne will take timeout to talk things over here at 4th down coming up. Ball at the 37-yard line.
Good first half.
Yeah, we're talking about the importance of this game for Daphne. They had the tough loss against Mary G, but after this in region play, they've got Davidson coming up next, 0-2 in the region, that is. They play Spanish Fort next week here on Friday Night Rivals, but they've got Davidson 0-2, Bryant 0-2, Fairhope's 2-0 in the region, and Robertsdale 0-2. So they could come to West Mobile and get a win. Now suddenly their chance to sit in that maybe number 2 spot, depending on what happens between tiebreakers with Mary G and Baker. That big game in West Mobile will be coming up a little bit later on this season, but it's an important road game for the Trojans for sure.
That's a road game next week too, right? Spanish Fort.
It's Spanish Fort, a game we'll have here on Friday Night Rivals. It's always a great rivalry. So 4th down and 4. There's Kenny King. See what he's done here at Daphne, trying to go 4-1. First time since 2020 to start the season for the Trojans. They went 10-2 that year. On 4th down, Graham with some pressure, middle of the field. It's dropped. Had the first down and dropped, trying to go to his tight end, Cam Moody. So Daphne will get it back with 38 seconds left.
Seem to be a couple of players right within the path of that football, maybe. A little crowded over the middle, and Moody might have had to fight off the sight lines of one of his own players. Got to be 4 drops, right?
Yeah.
So far, at least.
2 that resulted in interceptions going through the hands of Baker receivers. And now see if Daphne can make something happen here. I think they've got 2 timeouts left. Is this one dropped on the other side? No, they say all 3. thought Kenny King took he took a timeout before that 4th down field goal attempt. The scoreboard has him with 3, but I think they only have 2 with 34 seconds left, and that stops the clock. And Daphne will get it to open things up in the second half. Seeger steps up in the pocket, flips it out to the far side, and a big hit, and he stays in bounds as dropping the shoulder on the hit after Braden Knight.
Pretty good hit, huh?
Yeah, it was Robinson again came up and made the hit, and so
that's why he's on defense this year. He was good on offense, but they giving him an opportunity for maybe some.
He was the physical back last year.
Yeah, colleges can look at him and say, we see him as a potential safety for us.
Look, here's Notley, but it's so big too, keeps him in bounds. So Daphne has to take the timeout on 3rd and 5. At halftime, Dan Brennan will head down the field for our Educator Spotlight. We'll get our Scholastic Athletes of the Week.
Educator Spotlight's going to feature Baker Principal John Peru and Daphne AD Steve Lawless. Looking at the stats right now, Jim. Rushing yards, Baker's got 90. Daphne's got 5.
Wow. And 60 of those came on one drive.
Yep. Total yards 149 to 87. So Daphne offensively, they haven't gotten off the bus yet.
3rd and 5. Fired far side, incomplete. Tried to go back to Gardner, and Keandre Petaway was over there, and now Daphne's going to have to punt this one away with 17 seconds left to the dangerous Katori Marion.
We had a game last year with this team at Foley, and they were offensively electric. Marion, one of those guys. A little more low-key tonight.
A really good high punt. And takes a huge Baker bounce all the way up to the 43, but there's just 6 seconds left. So you take a shot here, you just take a knee and happy to go in up 7-0.
It's really, it's a long throw. I think you take a knee. And if you had 18 seconds, you get 10 here maybe.
Yeah.
Not a lot of high school arms throw it that far.
Graham probably wasn't lobbying to take a knee. Graham will roll out. Daphne rushes 3. Still gets some pressure, and he throws it to the near side. Is able to get it to Marion, but that'll close out the half.
That's a play they can show to the college scouts.
So he gets him up to the 45, but that's all. And got our crew down there trying to corral head coach Eric Scott. Dan Brennan will head down for our Educator Spotlight as well. And exciting first half of football here in West Mobile. 7A Region 1 matchup between Baker and Daphne. And Daphne had some chances there in the first half, but Baker's defense had to come up with some big stops, and were really able to come up and hold them off the board, especially after that big punt return. Coach Eric Scott down on the sideline. Coach, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Hey, Coach, you got to be super proud of your defense, the way they stepped up in that first half, especially at 1st and goal, coming up with a big stop there.
Truly, truly. They came out tonight and played well. and a playing sound. We just got to continue to pick that up in the second half.
Had the running game going early on there. The Daphne kind of tightened up a little bit, and I know that's what you want to get going more in the second half, I would guess.
Truly, we got to get Speedy Wheeler going, but credit to those guys. They're playing a great game, and we are playing a good game. So it's just two good teams going at it.
7A physical football, what we would expect. Thanks for the time, Coach, and we'll talk to you possibly after the game. Appreciate the help.
Thank you.
Coach Eric Scott and Baker Hornets, his team on top by a score of 7-0 in the first half, and it was Speedy Wheeler with a touchdown, and that's been the difference so far. But Baker's defense playing lights out to keep Daphne off the board here on Friday Night Rivals.
Friday Night Rivals Educator Spotlight is sponsored by UJ Chevrolet, serving Mobile since 1939.
Halftime, and Baker's got the hometown lead 7-0 right now over Daphne. I'm right now with Baker's principal, John Peru. So far, so good at halftime. You got a good team.
Yeah, we look good tonight. We need to catch the football a little more. So if we catch the ball, we may be okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful night.
You said it, not me.
That's right. I did. I definitely did. And I'll tell my receivers when I see them Monday at school.
Let's talk about what is going on at school at Baker High School. It's such a massive school. Everybody knows that. Managing a school with that kind of attendance and that kind of enrollment, what are the challenges?
Well, we stay busy every day, but, you know, we take a lot of pride in making sure that we have something for everyone. Right now we have over 2,000 students, but we work hard to make sure that our students meet the goal that they want to be, whether that be coming out of high school, ready to go into the workforce, or going to college. So we have a great AP program We offer the AP Capstone Diploma, over 22 AP courses. On the other side of that, we work a lot with our Career Tech Center, the Bryant Center and Craft Academy. Mr. Meredith down at the Bryant Center does a great job with those kids. Have over 440 kids working to get a credential to go straight into the workforce. So our job is to help our kids meet the goal that they want after high school and be successful.
Hearing more of that, right? More of that new career path from high school to the workforce to good money.
100%, Dan. That's where the jobs are right now. So we're kind of pushing our kids that way, getting them ready for college, but also getting them a skill. I was talking to a young lady the other day. She's going to the Bryant Center working in electrical. Then she's going to go into college and be an electrical engineer with the credentials from being in the Bryant Center. So we're trying to get them ready for both.
Coach Scott, I've known for so many years. I think the world of him. I think he was a good choice, and I think he's going to keep this thing moving in the right direction.
Well, thank you. We've worked hard to get our program where it is. We've done a lot with climate and culture, and no matter who comes in, having those expectations to come out, play hard, and win. And Coach Scott earned his chance. He's been loyal to us and done a fabulous job. Stepped right in with Coach Johnson. I look forward to great things.
Thanks, and thanks for talking with me this halftime.
Always a pleasure. I appreciate what y'all do for high school sports.
Glad to be here. Steve Lawless is in here. He's the AD at Daphne, and he has coached everybody, including the man we just talked to.
I coached him right out of college. Yeah, he was a young man, great athlete.
So he's an athlete that was at Faith Academy?
Faith Academy, yes,
so
sir.
you've been around both sides of the bay. Let's talk about some of those stops, then we'll talk more specifically about Daphne.
Well, started out in Mobile County. I've coached and taught at Viger and Murphy, Satsuma. Just moving, if you're coaching, you tend to move up and move to different responsibilities, and did that until started missing kids' games and went into admin. So I've been doing administration for a while and took over athletic directors for my principal, Mr. Fletcher Comer.
Well, this is 26 years of us doing this on Comcast and now UTV 44. So I've been on all those campuses. I've been in all those coaches' rooms, kind of trying to game plan for our games. When you look into Daphne High School now, I think the one thing that I'm seeing is a lot of construction going on. What's happening?
Yes, sir. Baldwin County Superintendent is sinking a lot of money into our campus. We just opened up just a couple years ago a new freshman academy, 24 state-of-the-art classrooms. Right now, half our campus is closed. It makes a mess, but we're getting brand new cafeterias, brand new gymnasium, a state-of-the-art covered practice facility. Wow. We have maybe, I think, the best softball facility in the state. We haven't even played one inning on it yet, and it is awesome. Our football field, we have sunk a lot of improvements into it, and we're excited for what Baldwin County Central Office is doing, trying to upgrade our facilities.
Well, I'll tell you what, thank you for a great career that you've had on both sides of the bay in education and athletics. I know there's a lot of parents out there, and now the young men like the one we just spoke with who are not so young anymore, not quite that young, yes, but they appreciate what you've done too.
It has, it's been an honor. I've loved it, loved every year of it, and going to try to finish out this year and before I hand it off to somebody else.
He keeps talking about doing this like he's leaving. He's great to see you.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
Halftime, Baker's up 7-0, setting up for a really good second half. We'll see. This is Dan on the sidelines. Back to y'all.
The following segment is sponsored by Dr. Pepper and Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola Bottling Company United and Dr. Pepper is extremely excited to be back as a sponsor with Friday Night Rivals. Being part of that, the youth, the school activity, giving back to the community is what we do. We are fortunate enough to have a lot of schools here in our surrounding area and the Gulf Coast, and that partnership has grown since the 1900s, since Mr. Bellingraf had it, and we've continued that partnership until now. As you know, this is just a spoke in the wheel for us as part of what we do, partnerships in the community.
so great in the first half. And 7-0 Baker on top is here at the halftime report. We heard from Coach Scott there talking about how great his defense played. Said they got to get the run game going a little bit. Just take a look at our schedules for our teams here tonight, what they've done in the first month of the season and what they have remaining. Daphne, as we see, out to the 3-1 lead. They had the loss to Mary G here on Friday Night Rivals. Of course, they're here with us tonight, and then next week also have their game on UTV 44 as they'll take on Spanish Fort. That game at Spanish Fort. Then when Dan and I were talking about, you look at the region schedule that they have Davidson and Bryant. Those two teams are playing each other tonight. They're both winless in the region so far. Fairhope unbeaten in the region. And then you got Robertsdale, who's winless in the region as well. So that's why tonight's game is so big for this Daphne squad. Baker, on the other hand, they have kind of had their schedule is almost the inverse of what Daphne has had so far. They've got the tougher part coming up with that matchup with Mary G, but they're off next week. Then they got Robertsdale. Then the game here against Foley. It's homecoming. And you schedule your twin brother. First time you're playing as head coaches against each other. Your twin brother, Derek Scott down at Foley. It's homecoming. So that's going to add a little
conversation
spice to the contest. Then the big one just down the road here in Sims. Mary G and Baker, what has become a great battle in West Mobile.
I'm interested in that non-region game at the end of the year against Viger.
Was just going to say, then they wrap up region play against Fairhope, and then Viger right now the #1 ranked team in 5A. So challenges galore, but they're up at 7-0 so far in this one. And as we do every halftime, we get our Scholastic Athletes of the Week, brought to you by Andrews Diesel and Automotive. And let's find out who they are here in Week 5.
Hi, I'm Andrew Zimmerman from Andrews Diesel and Automotive Repair. We're proud to be the sponsor of the Friday Night Rivals Scholar Athlete of the Week.
This week's Scholar Athletes are Ethan Clark of Baker High School and Ella Lomax of Daphne High School. On the field, Ethan Clark's a member of Baker High School's football team, where he's been a member for all 4 of his high school years. In the classroom, Ethan has a 4.5 GPA and is ranked 29th in his class. Additionally, he's a member of the school's honor roll. Ethan is also a member of the JROTC, where he serves as company commander and was formerly a staff member. Ethan plans to attend the United States Air Force Academy and study aeronautical engineering. On the court, Ella Lomax is the captain of Daphne High School's volleyball team. She's received a number of athletic awards and recognitions, including the AL.com All-State First Team in 2024, Seacrest Furniture Athlete of the Week in 2023, Press Register All-Region Volleyball Team recognition in 2022 with an honorable mention in 2023, and the Lagniappe Mobile Baldwin County Class 6A and 7A All-Area Team recognition in 2024. She's received several MVP awards, including one from Daphne High School in 2022, 2023, and 2024, one from the Makos Battle at the Beach Tournament in 2025, and one from the American High School Volleyball Coaches Association for the All-Star South Team MVP in 2025. Back in the classroom, Ella Lomax has a 4.1 GPA and is ranked 63rd in her class. She takes AP Pre-Calculus and is a member of the National Honor Society. Ella plans to attend the University of North Alabama and has committed to continue playing volleyball once there. Congratulations, Ethan Clark and Ella Lomax. The Friday Night Rivals Scholar Athlete is sponsored by Andrews Diesel and Automotive Repair.
The best Thursday night lights and Friday night Rivals highlights from across the country.
Really firing the ball deep. He's got a receiver. He also has a defender near him who comes down with the ball. Interception. No, Rickards caught it. I thought it was picked. No, Rickards caught it.
Play make, de Blasio's rolling to throw. Will launch upfield. Oh, what a catch in traffic. And breaking free is Wyndham. And he dives towards the pylon, gets it, touchdown. Wow. How about the effort by Wyndham? The catch in congestion, and then he turns up the sideline and dives to the pylon and scores. Watch this. This was something else right here. There's been some big plays in this game tonight. And this ranks.
And Gilson is going to throw it outside, and it's intercepted. It is picked off. And this could be a house call. He dives ahead. Justice Tilla
Colbert looks to pass, got plenty of time. Now here comes the pressure. Going to try to get it to Keel and does. Keel keeps his feet. Look at Keel. Weston Keel's going to keep his feet, and he's going to go 10-5. Touchdown. Bearcats.
The Navian backs got time to throw it. Does so. The corner of the end zone. Jump ball. They're going to call a flag on Simmons.
And he caught it.
Did he catch it? They give it to him right here.
Halftime 7-0 here. Baker with the lead over Daphne. There's some corporate reason, the forms or something you can't follow. We can't show the bands at halftime, but you wish you could have done two great bands, Baker and Daphne, both amazing bands here at the half. But we do have great highlights to show you. Tate Graham doesn't run it very often. Only had one carry coming in, but on the first drive, they were able to watch Graham pull it down, got the first down. Then Speedy Wheeler fell down, and that one went off his hands. Yep. Interception. A.J. Blakeney got it there, but Baker's defense able to hold.
Here's where they get it going with the run, Jim.
Yep, Wheeler really on that left side got things going, and they really found something. They go to Wildcat, bring in the big defenders, open things up. That's the score there, PAT good. It's 7-0. And then more pressure coming up front. This Baker defense played so well, got the ball back, and this was, Marion so close to breaking one there.
Yep.
No luck there. Jones has this bounce off his hand. Jaden Lee with the interception. Second one, but again, Baker's defense comes up with a stop, but Scoot Miles, who had such a big first half, got him down here. They tried a field goal on that drive, missed it. And then late here, interception by Gerard Grisham. Only take away in that first half by Daphne, but their defense was stout up front, kind of shut down the run, and two really good defenses going at it here in the first half. But I think if you're Daphne, you just got to be, you're kind of kicking yourself at missed opportunities there, Dan.
We definitely are. They've only got 93 yards, but they got the turnovers, they got field position. Much of that first half, to be honest with you, Baker was dealing from their own side of the, we'll go down to their own 20-yard line was probably about their average starting spot. So field position favored Daphne, and the breaks favored Daphne. They just didn't take advantage.
All right, we'll take another timeout here, then we'll come back and we will get the second half underway. It's 7-0 Baker with the lead here on Friday Night Rivals.
And closed captioning for tonight's game is exclusively sponsored by SA Recycling. Cleaner communities, stronger future.
Some halftime scores pass along here. How about St. Paul? St. Paul's with a lead over Theodore. 34-21. CJ Mosley, the honorary captain for Theodore tonight. Little linebacker, NFL, great player. Bama, they could use him out there, maybe stopping that St. Paul's offense a bit. 34 points in the first half for St. Paul's on Theodore. Williamson looking undefeated, leads BC Reign 35-0 at the half. Faith leads Alberta 31-6. Saraland leads McGill-Toolen 34-7. Biger leads Citronelle 12-7 in the second quarter.
Wow.
Gulf Shores leads Blunt 28-0. Mary G on top of Foley 21-0. Of course, Spanish Fork got the big 41-0 win over Murphy last night. And I think that's about all of our scores I have. Davidson leads Bryant 14-7 at the half. 7A Region 1 matchup. No score reported yet between Jackson and Mobile Christian. And 7-0 here at the half. And Baker will kick off, and Scoot Miles, who's had a great night so far, is back deep to receive, and Lawson with that big leg. Send it back to the 9 for Scoot Miles. Miles bounces back at the 15, tries to come back the other way, and wrapped up and brought down there. Keandre Petaway on special teams, able to make the stop. What's Daphne got to do to get it going offensively here, Dan?
I was going to ask you the same question. I guess I'm on the spot now. I think what they've got to do, Jim, they've got to maybe be stubborn with the run, not give up on the run. Because if you can get it going on the ground a little bit, you're going to take some of the pressure off of Christian Seeger at quarterback and let him actually throw it downfield a little bit. They've been very, very cautious with all of their offense.
Alcius started running back. He'll take the handoff. He's got a nice gain, able to get it across the 26. He's going to have a Roof Doctor's first down. So
best
right
run
on cue. Yeah, right on cue.
Yeah, and good blocking on the left side.
No, they'll go up tempo here. We'll go right back to Alcius, and he'll get 4. Really up tempo, just try to find a little rhythm. They just been a little choppy, but they're making some substitutions, so that
they took a shot early in the, first possession of the first half, and actually scored a touchdown, brought back with a holding.
Yeah, 52-yard touchdown pass. Gardner up at the top of the screen. Looking over the middle toward him, and it's overthrown and incomplete.
Seeger's pass intended for CJ.
A lot of white jerseys around him there. TJ Roberts, the linebacker, was there, as was Petaway, and now 3rd and 6. Coming up here for the Trojans.
Baker's done a lot of getting off the field on 3rd down.
Yeah, just 4 first downs in that first half for Daphne. Showing blitz with Champ Campbell. Now Seeger up to the line with the play clock approaching 5. Looks right side, whips it into Scoot Miles. We'll see the spot. Ooh, a spot on the far side, says he's got it.
Wow.
Ooh, that looked like a good spot on the far side for TJ Roberts. Was right there to wrap him up, but a good throw by Seeger.
Keep an eye on this here. Yeah, I guess he caught it there.
Driven back for Roof Doctor's first down.
Correct call, first down.
Up to the 43. Seeger comes up to the line and looks back to the sideline and the wristband and snaps it at 2. Keeps it to Gardner. Gardner makes a move at midfield. C.J. Gardner up the far side. He's got speed inside the 20. Slows down, makes a move at the 10, and he's down to the 8-yard line.
Seeger's pass complete all the way down to the
one-on-one, of course, the slant. He's got the leverage. He's got the ball, and then he makes the safety miss. And he's off to the races. Watch this. So he's really only got to worry about one guy because he's got the right here. And that's a fast guy for a guy with that size.
53 yards on the completion.
Here's the problem, Jim, getting it in.
1st and goal in the Coca-Cola red zone. Roof Doctor's first down, and they give it off Alcius, and he'll get just a couple. TJ Roberts in there on the stop.
You just feel like they don't quite trust the run game. But man, if they could find a run here.
And it gets so compacted down here when you're this close.
Yeah, this Baker defense has played really well tonight too. I definitely expected more points total from these two teams.
Yeah, they go tight formation here. Nobody split out wide at the bottom of the screen. Now Seeger with pressure rolls, avoids one man, tries to pull it down, and he's going to get wrapped up. Again, it's Ronald Lee. Yeah, now 3rd and goal coming up.
Seeger taken down for a 3-yard loss.
This defense does not have a lot of snaps. They're not the youngest defense, but a lot of these guys, juniors and seniors, who haven't played much, but you can see that they're growing. Derek Scott said they're communicating better, and they do play like a unit. That's good for Baker going forward.
Now they'll put 3 receivers to the near side. Scoot Miles to the bottom of your screen. Levered in the slot. Seeger with pressure coming again. Rolls out to the right. Looks to fire it off to the corner. And he's got it for the touchdown, Blakeney. Blakeney's got an interception and a touchdown tonight. And what a throw on the run from Christian Seeger.
Big time play by Seeger. He really had, he didn't have many options, Jim. Rolling to the right. He's almost to the sideline. It's pretty much got to be something in that corner. He breaks containment here, but he really hasn't broken it. Wow, what a great throw, great play.
Another ArcelorMittal touchdown. Apply now at ArcelorMittal touchdown. ArcelorMittalCalvertJobs.com. They should buy that too. ArcelorMittal touchdown. You should .com. You should get that too and take you right to the job link. So.
Half the distance to the goal, retry.
So now do you go for 2? You get the penalty against Baker and you go half the distance. So I think you go for the 2 now.
Well, you probably don't have a lot of confidence in the special teams.
So now they bring the offense back out here, and Daphne going to try to take the lead. They're having some personnel. It's plenty of time on the play clock. Still at
Got some of the defensive personnel in the game, Jim.
Yep. Alcius, but instead they're just going to go and try to do the sneak, but it's dropped by Seeger. Almost looked like maybe we're going to try a little tush push action there. So you don't get the extra point to tie it. 53-yard pass to C.J. Gardner, set up that touchdown for Baker and touchdown for Daphne, but Baker still has the 1-point lead 4 minutes into the third.
Friday Night Rivals is sponsored by Dr. Pepper with the Coca-Cola Red Zone, the Mobile County Sheriff's Department. Join Team Sheriff today. And Greer's Markets. Greer's got it. We guarantee it.
Jim Cox, Dan Brennan here at Baker. Great matchup in 7A. 7-6. Daphne with the touchdown there, but they can't convert on the 2-point try.
Baker High School varsity cheerleaders would like to thank everyone who purchased a ticket tonight. And go hard.
So it's 7-6. But a big third down clutch throw from Seeger to Blakeney.
Jones and Marion back in the seat for the Hornets.
And it's cut the lead to 1. Pooch kick to the near side. A fair catch called for at the 28-yard line. So now this Baker offense has been a little stagnant.
It has. I mean, they showed a little flash. Second drive of the night. Overall, they've got 165 yards in total offense. 75 passing, 90 on the ground. So they've run it pretty well. Neither of these teams have done a really good job at cashing in to the opportunities they've had.
Wheeler in the backfield with White in motion. They give it to Wheeler on the left side. He's going to be bottled up right away. Good job, Stevie Allen, the junior linebacker, coming in there to make the tackle for Daphne.
Kind of creating a little havoc ahead of the linebackers with some of the slants on the defensive line, and then Allen's a good player. He cleans it up.
No gain. So 2nd and 10 for the Hornets, averaging 35 points a game coming into this one, but Daphne's defense has played really well. Allen comes on the blitz, but Graham will roll out and has to just throw that one away as the pressure was coming. Daphne, I guess Daphne made some adjustments to that run game after that long drive, because they've really since then really done a good job. That last scoring drive for Daphne, 8 plays, 84 yards. Mobile County Sheriff's Department give us our scoring summary. 3 minutes and 47 seconds made Kenny King happy, or happy as a lot of people pronounce that word. So
good man right there.
3rd and 10. They'll dump on the backfield to Marion, but Marion's only going to get 5, and I think Baker's going to have to punt again from the 35. A little backwards overhand toss there to Marion.
Unusual execution of the play.
Get a 3 and out. And Scoot Miles will drop back to around the 30 as Kason Lawrence will come out.
I guess you throw the ball because you're trying to give the impression you're throwing to the right side. Maybe defense loses a half a step pursuing the ball.
Ooh, bad snap, bounces to Lawrence, and he's going to take off and try to run with it, and he's going to be hit and drop for a loss. Looked like he might have been able to get that one off rugby style, but instead he took off on the far side, lost his helmet. And Daphne with another big special teams play. How about the kick save on the low snap there?
How about the hit right here?
Yeah.
He's like, no thank you to this portion of the game of football. But tough kick. Friday Night Rivals Smile Cam is sponsored by McMurphy Orthodontics. Will make you want to smile.
Daphne smiling at 1st and 10 for the 28. Seeger going to pull it down, and he's got a lot of room, and he slides. He's going to be close to the first down. He's going to have it. A Roof Doctors first down into the Coca-Cola red zone. And Daphne looking for their first lead of the night.
Tell you what, though, getting it in the end zone, really pulling teeth for them at this spot of the field.
The elusiveness in the pocket from Seeger. It's more of a poise elusive that he just stays calm in there, makes a little slide step, and inside give. Isaac Johnson will bang it down to about the 18.
Yeah, what we saw against MGM, Isaac Johnson might be the style of player you're looking for down here. He's north-south. We're zipping along out here in West Mobile.
And a 5.5 to go in the third.
Yeah, halfway through the third.
11 o'clock flight from here to Atlanta, Pensacola, back to my house to avoid Airport Boulevard. Seeger fires through the hands of Scoot Miles.
Scoot might have felt a safety on the rise there.
He was coming. So 3rd down and 7. Maybe called a long 6. Gardner in the slot to the top of the screen. Seeger comes back to the near side. You get it to Miles.
Got it to him.
Got it. He's got the first down at the 6. Grisham was there coming over the top. Didn't think he caught it.
Was not an easy catch, but went down and dug it up. Watch.
And Roof Doctors first down.
He caught that ball. Yeah. Corner on his back too.
So a big 3rd down conversion there, and now 1st and goal from the 7. Low snap, they flip it off to Miles, tried to cut it back to the inside. Now he's going to reverse it, and if he can turn the corner, he's got nothing but green in front of him. Touchdown, Daphne.
They've almost got to go misdirection to run it in from the inside the 10-yard line, and that's not obviously was not a called misdirection play, but Miles misdirected everybody.
Yeah, it started going to the right on a little misdirection to the inside, and then once he got the corner, there's nobody going to catch him, and now Daphne has their first lead of the night. They have scored 12 unanswered.
A little over pursuit by the Baker edge. Miles has got 6, and Daphne now with the lead.
Norman 0 for 2 on field goals tonight. But he's good on the PAT, and Daphne now with a 13-7 lead. 13 unanswered. Scoot Miles with a touchdown, and Daphne on top for the first time tonight. Like Seeger was out there, he's gonna be ready to throw a block if he needed to.
I saw him.
Then he was like, oh, it's what.
Friday Night Rivals is sponsored by Andrews Diesel and Automotive, proud sponsor of tonight's Scholar Athlete of the Week. McMurphy Orthodontics will make you want to smile. And Roof Doctors. Defense. Got a sick roof? Call the doctor. Roof Doctors.
4:44 remaining in the third. Daphne with 13 unanswered to start things here in the second half. And they have taken the lead in this game. And their defense, think about what Baker's defense did, those stops in the first half. And what Daphne's done the second half here, otherwise they could really be in a big hole.
Daphne really did not take advantage of
now trying
some
a
of
little,
those gifts.
Ooh, they're offside. So Baker had a player late coming on. They were trying a little pooch onside kick there. But the flag was up at the top of the screen where the kick was going. So just going for the
jugular a little bit in the third quarter.
After the score, you got all the momentum. Defense is playing well. And somebody up there on the top of the screen where that kick was going, just a little over anxious. And now Norman Stonehill boot this one in. Marion will take it at the 23.
Look out.
Victoria Marion tripped up. By the way, good work on special teams again there. Carson Lacey with a tackle, and
Baker 31-yard line for the Hornets led a first and
Baker's offense.
What do we say about Baker's offense at this point? I mean, nothing special really. A number of drops, key drops. 2 of those drops, one was unavoidable because of a slip, I guess you would say, but 2 resulted in interceptions. They really, one rhythmic drive, and that was mostly running the football.
The 31, Speedy Wheeler out to the edge, and ankle tackle there pulls him down. E.J. Williams with the stop.
Wheeler's had a good night.
Gets 7 on that one.
14 rushes, 93 yards right now for Wheeler. Nothing big though. They haven't busted anything, run or pass.
Yep. The average is 96 coming in. A flag at the end of that play here. It'll be the 15-yard variety, too.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, 15 yards, Edison in a run, first down.
I didn't see the face mask, but moves it all the way up to the 48-yard line. Graham back to Wheeler in the middle, and Wheeler tries to bounce it back to the outside. Got ridden down and tackled there. Jonathan Jackson came up from his corner spot to finish it up, but gets 6. And now come back to the near side to Jones, and Jones has got a first down. Another Roof Doctors first down to the 28. And just like that, a couple of plays and a 15-yard penalty. And
yeah, I think that was a result of them speeding it up. I don't think Daphne was quite ready on defense because of the pace that Baker's picked up here in the second half.
Wheeler in motion out of the backfield, said they come to the middle and stood up. Not much there, but it's still pickup of 5.
Daphne player hurt, might be a linebacker.
Yeah, Jones gets the first down, and that's Stevie Allen, who's played well. Heading out near side to Jones again. He's got blockers in front of him, and Daphne defense doing a good job to fight through the blocks there as Jaden Lee came up and stopped him there. They're going to get the Roof Doctors first down into the Coca-Cola red zone, but looked like they had numbers there on the edge.
They did. They have over and over again, and even with Daphne off the line of scrimmage by 5 yards. Back to the ground.
Wheeler dances, and now he cuts it to the reverse and near side, and he's in for the touchdown. A little ROTC 5 handshake on the end of the touchdown run as well, and Speedy Wheeler. Little cut back here, stutter step.
Yep.
Put the ball to the outside edge, got in, and watch the little high five with the ROTC right there. Oh, boom, got it.
I like that. I like that a lot. Vision and speed. Speedy saw where the lane was, and he was fast enough to get there. His name's Speedy. What do you expect?
Kyson Lawrence 20 for 20 on PATs this year, and Baker answers back, and they now have the 14-13 lead over Daphne. Impressive drive, as impressive as they've had since their drive they scored on the first quarter there.
Agreed. We hadn't seen anything like that since the first quarter, but excellent drive by the Baker Hornets, and a great way to stamp it. It's almost Speedy Wheeler.
Almost like that meme that's out there where the little kid comes around the corner and then turns around and runs back the other way. That was Wheeler there when he saw what was going on the left side. Like, nope, I want no part of this.
Yeah, Chris Berman used to do a whoop whoop on that one.
Yeah, he still does, I think, and it's like yeah, he still does, I think. So Lawrence to kick off here, and that's a big answer by Baker.
Agreed. And that 1 point. 1 point is big.
Yeah. Daphne's special teams has kind of been all over the place tonight, good and bad. And Scoot Miles can't tightrope walk that one to stay out of the end zone. So they'll come out to the 20, 6 plays, 69 yards, 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Our Mobile County Sheriff's Office scoring summary.
That was quick. You know, you go about 70 yards. Only takes you 2 minutes and 10 seconds.
Got a 15-yarder in there that helped.
Yeah, that helped around midfield, right?
Yep. Christian Seeger and Daphne offense back.
Well, you know, Daphne's been behind all night, so it's nothing new to them.
For sure. Inside give, and Alcius, not much there. Alex Hawthorne was there. Ronald Reed Also, and that one right down in front of the Baker student section. The only student section that's ever ruined a uniform shirt of mine on a whiteout. Remember, they all had the dressed in white. They had the white heavy makeup on their arms and everything. And like I tried to walk through there at halftime, and it was just over. Like it was ruined.
Was it Johnson's baby powder?
Yeah, it was more talky than that. I can promise you. Give again on the ground. Alcius able to stay on his feet. He's going to be across the 30. That's going to be good for a Roof Doctor's first down for Daphne.
Speaking of a long time ago, former Murphy and St. Luke's coach Ron Lee saw him dead at halftime.
One of the all-time good guys.
Oh yeah,
in high school football. It's got to upset him a little bit when he looks at the struggles that Murphy continues to have. Back to Alcius. And Mrs. Lee always at the game. She was running the camera sometimes. His wife is there running the camera. Just one of his coach's wives that chipped in when she needed to.
Saw her too. Now she was in one row and he was in another. Not going to read into that.
Now it's like, all of a sudden don't be like auditioning for TMZ breaking news here next to me.
You'd hate to see a little trouble in paradise, but they were at the same game together in the same section. That's all I can report.
That's send your cards and letters to Dan Brennan, please. Seeger avoids the pressure, dumps it out of the backfield, able to get it off to Johnson, but he's going to be pulled down in the open field as Johnson tried to get away, but could not escape Jermaine English. And it'll bring up third down. Stay tuned for the school bus stop of the game at the end of tonight's game.
This could be the final play of the third quarter. It might be anyway.
Seeger on third. And about 5. Pressure again. Now hangs this one high in the air. Intercepted. Picked off. Near side, able to come up with the pick is Taylor, and Taylor still on his feet. Now he cuts it back. Taylor upended at the 25. That one was just heaved up in the air. And Carmelo Taylor back there, almost like a center fielder.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he thought he saw. He was pressured. He certainly did not get the ball in the direction of the receiver. He did have a one-on-one there, but
so it was the last play of the third quarter. We'll go to the fourth. Baker with the lead and back in business in Daphne territory to open up the fourth. through three, ready to start the fourth here in West Mobile, 7A Region 1 matchup, and Baker with the lead 14-13. Well, Dan, it's been a little more back and forth than maybe we thought. It was 7-0 at the half. Baker had the lead. Then it was 14-7 on top, 13-7 by Baker or by Daphne. Then back down the other way. It's 14-13, and now another reception. And now here's Baker knocking on the door again.
Baker's got a big chance not to break it open. Obviously, get a 2-score lead right after that interception. Let's see what happens.
First down quickly out of the backfield. Marion with a move at the 20. Still on his feet. Breaks a tackle inside the 10 to the 4. First and goal. Baker.
That's what happens. Marion has not really asserted himself much tonight. Nearly had a big run. And this one was a really good play. Starting at around the 30-yard line. Look at that ability.
Yeah, 2 tackles there. And
oh, man.
First and goal from the Coca-Cola red zone. And losing his footing on that one was White. So we'll bring up second and goal.
No gain play brings up a second down and goal.
Graham back to White again. Has some room, and he goes into the end zone for the Hornets score.
So it's a matter of blocking. You throw it out there, and you hope you get the receiver blocks to do the job. They've got good receivers, good after the catch offensive players, and skill wins out.
Another ArcelorMittal Calvert touchdown. Apply now at ArcelorMittalCalvertJobs.com. And White just went right back to him. This one is blocked, but only the first. Wow, so that point could loom huge.
Yes, it could.
So after making his first 20 in a row on the year, and the point after, that one is blocked by Daphne. And now it's 20-13. And our McMurphy Orthodontics Smile Cam, Dr. Stedman McMurphy and his crew, they will help your smile. They'll make you want to smile. Baker's got the dance team smiling after that touchdown, but now it's just a 7-point game.
Just inviting Daphne to stay in the game. Of course, if it was 8, they could go for 2 after a score, but
yeah, Daphne did that at the game over in Florida. Went for 2 late after a penalty and converted to win the game. Yeah.
Kenny King couldn't tell us about that enough.
It was an exciting.
Wasn't that against McGill?
Might have been. Yeah, maybe that's you're right.
They were not going to go for 2. Then they did go for 2, and they got it.
Because they got the penalty. They went half the distance.
Yep.
And now Lawrence on to kick here in this back and forth battle here tonight in dang near East Mississippi. Scoot Miles inside the 5. Miles up the middle. Goes to the far side, and Miles up to the 22. It's just a collective holding of the breath from the opponents when the ball's in his hands on a, now Miles a little slow to.
Yeah, it looks like we might have a cramp.
Certainly hope that's.
You hope that's all it is, man.
Yeah. Time out of the field. When play resumes, Trojans will start 1st and 10 from their own 23-yard line.
So Eric Scott looks on. We'll take a timeout back here early in the 4th.
Friday Night Rivals is sponsored by UJ Chevrolet, serving Mobile since 1939. ArcelorMittal Calvert. Apply now at ArcelorMittalCalvertJobs.com. And the United States Coast Guard. Protect, defend, save. Online at GoCoastGuard.com.
Look here at Baker High School, our Friday Night Rivals matchup tonight. A minute into the fourth. Daphne with the ball back. Scoot Miles went off there under his own power. Hopefully we'll see him back out here shortly for Daphne on offense after that kickoff return. It's not much for Isaac Johnson on first downs. Wrapped up Keandre Petway there. Ashton Stokes.
Yeah, Stokes is a good player. Right there, you see him. Right
and
in
a
the
lot
middle.
of times, just those kind of the guy in the middle just plugs it up and forces it to the outside and lets others come in. Sometimes the numbers don't jump off the screen at you, but he's doing his job.
That's him.
This one behind intended receiver Blakeney, and 3rd down and 10 coming up. It's good coverage there. Grissom, who's got an interception tonight, is there on the.
Yeah, Seeger's facing some tough throwing lanes. Not much there. Baker's been really sticky on defense.
St. Paul's now on top of Theodore, 41-28 in the 3rd. Seeger steps up, going to get wrapped up, breaks free, but then is brought down. He was trying to get away, but he could not get out. Away from, I think it was Raylan Nobles who came in. Yeah, Nobles got a hold of him and wouldn't let go.
I saw some of the Nobles family down there at halftime with their, showing off their Nobles shirts, family shirts. We did Nobles years ago.
Oh, so
from St. Paul's, remember that?
Flag is
after the play, personal foul, defense.
Wow.
15-yard penalty. Results of the play, the first down.
Wow. Gee whiz, I saw some pushing after, but looked like it was both ways. I guess not.
So Daphne would have been punting. Baker was going to get it back. Instead,
there's definitely something chippy about these two teams. Now, of course, you don't think of Baker and Daphne as rivals, but you think about it, they're two of the best teams in Region 1 7A. They're separated by a few miles.
Few
challenging roadways.
Feels like more.
Yes.
Feels like more. You know,
I get it.
Airport Boulevard's like dog years in miles. It's like for every one you go, it feels like 7. So puts it up to 38. Now Seeger able to get that one complete to Gardner. Maybe the nicest touch we've seen on a ball from Seeger tonight.
Maybe, yeah, nicest touch from anybody. Great throw by Seeger over the linebackers in front of the safeties, and they're in business now.
Roof Doctor's first down is Seeger got it up to Gardner, who's now at the 45 of the Hornets. We're approaching 3 minutes gone by here in the 4th. Seeger with the play clock at 5 will take the snap. Gives it off to Johnson. More of that north and south Dan talked about. That he's got the first down inside the 35. Another Roof Doctor's first down.
Yeah. Not the biggest guy, but you know where he's going. That away. And doesn't it feel like Daphne's more comfortable maybe scoring from 30 yards out, maybe going to the end zone? They have such a tough time running it inside the red zone. Let's see if they take at least one shot for the end zone before they resume maybe a more methodical drive.
Gardner in the slot. Now there's Scoot Miles back in there in motion. He comes in the backfield. They'll dump it off to him. Miles dropped. No gain on the plays. Alex Hawthorne in there on the tackle. I don't think that was so much a bad ankle. It was just really good defense by Hawthorne.
It was really good defense. We've seen that a lot tonight from Baker. They've been really solid.
Baker's defense was the 3rd best in the state in 7A last year. Gave up just 14 points a game. Oh, they weren't expecting. Wow, that's a break. Daphne.
I heard a whistle before.
Get a timeout. I think Kenny King got a timeout.
Wow.
That was good work on Daphne. The play clock was clicking down.
Ah, I got it.
And so center, who might have been able to see the play clock out of the corner of his eye up top, down to the south end zone.
Okay, watch this right here. You don't see the play clock, but it was rolling down.
Yeah.
And they're calling a timeout on the sideline. Thank goodness for Daphne.
That would have been a disaster.
Well, I'll tell you what it would have been. It would have set up Baker immediately with the 7-point lead, decent field position, and a chance to, at the very least, chew up some clock. By the way, closed captioning tonight. It's always exclusively sponsored by SA Recycling. Cleaner communities, stronger future.
Faith leads Alberta 48-20. Viger 20-7 over Citronelle. Last week, Herb was trying to get a score on that Jackson. 21-15. Davidson with the lead over Bryant. 7A Region 1 matchup. Miles now in the backfield. 2nd and 10. They give it to Miles, patiently trying to get to the outside, and does, and now Miles turns on the gas up the sideline. Touchdown Trojans.
How about the patience of Miles? You called it right, Jim. For a guy who can really fly, he was in no hurry. And he plants the right foot, jets down the sideline. Watch, he's just kind of, okay, now I'll do this right here. Bye. See you, everybody.
Another ArcelorMittal Calvert touchdown. Apply now at ArcelorMittalCalvertJobs.com. And Scoot Miles, who went out with a bad ankle, and now Daphne with a chance to tie this one up.
Tonight it's not been a sure thing.
No. Norman on with Allen holding. High snap. We got a tie game here. 20-20 with 7:23. Okay, so now we got all those extra points out of it. Now we're just like now we're back even, right?
Yep.
Just back even. 7:23 to go. Miles with the touchdown on that drive, and he's had a big night and a big punt return. Got him 1st and goal. That didn't result in any points in the first half, but have our one-of-a-kind player of the game coming up at the end of tonight's game. Scoot Miles definitely
in the conversation.
For sure.
How about now? Daphne actually, he only had 98 yards at the end of the first half. They're up to 249. They've actually got more than Baker at 243 total yards in tonight's game. So the Daphne offense is beginning to generate something here in the second half.
It was 7-0 at the half in favor of Baker. But now it's all even at 20. And Norman, nope, no, they switch kickers, and the ball stays in bounds. Going to be recovered by Daphne. Williams able to get the recovery, and it's 1st down Daphne, as they didn't have Norman kick it. I think it might have been William Few, the sophomore, kicked it instead, and Williams looked like that ball was going out of bounds, and it just checks up.
It's bounced right back to him.
Williams gets the recovery, and Daphne has just stolen a possession here, and now they've got it at the 33. The Hornet 33.
Stolen the possession, great field position.
Special teams have been like
good and bad, right?
Oh yeah, all
the good, the bad, and the ugly tonight.
Jekyll and Hyde.
Yeah.
But now Daphne back out there. Alcius with the handoff on the right side, trying to turn the corner. He'll fall to about the 29.
Maybe 4 or 5.
Yep. Just doesn't feel like 7 plays, 3 minutes, 37 seconds, 77 yards for the Mobile County Sheriff's Office scoring summary. Doesn't feel like Baker's had the ball much here in the second half either, Dan.
No, I think you're right. Daphne's done something with it. 20 second-half points.
And knocking again. Alcius going to be shut down that time as Ronald Reed with the stop and a loss of 2. So we'll bring up 3rd and 8 here for the Trojans.
Scoot Miles got over 100 yards of total offense tonight. Might be somebody you want to target one way or the other.
Seeger looking right the whole way, fires it off, and he's able to get to Gardner. Does a nice job to pull that one in with one hand. Right down there at the feet of Randy Kennedy. Again, nice touch here, and look at Gardner. I guess he could use both hands, but
it's a good throw.
He's got the first down. And at the 23.
Seeger's had a much better second half.
Agreed. We're approaching 5.5 to go here in this one. Seeger on the right side gives it off, and now Alcius going to get down to the 11.
But it's exactly what the doctor ordered and exactly what they haven't had all game, most of the game.
Yep.
Little inside zone running, and suddenly they're finding some room.
So it's not 1st and goal. They are in the Dr. Pepper red zone, but they're at the 11. So they get the first down at the 1. And now we're inside 5 minutes to go in this one. Back to Alcius on the left side and tries to cut against Alex Hawthorne, and Hawthorne fills the hole and nowhere to go. And 2nd and 10 coming up.
Baker defense getting Stokes back in there.
I was thinking about 2 missed field goals too. Then you start thinking, what do you
know, how much faith do you have, right? But again, one of those field goals missed, but bad snap is what that was all about.
Seeger rolls out, now looking to go way back the other way, wide open, Gardner, touchdown Trojans.
It's like they've almost got to use a lot of misdirection. A lot of the conventional stuff just is not working tonight against Baker, but misdirection, the entire flow is going to the boundary, and he throws to the field, and there you go, wide open. Great job.
ArcelorMittal Calvert touchdown. Apply now at ArcelorMittalCalvertJobs.com. And Daphne with .27 second half points here, and they lead Baker 27-20. This has been as back and forth as you can have.
Yeah, and it's been 2 games. First half, 7-0. Daphne just hanging around, getting breaks, not converting. Baker looking like the team that had a chance to assert itself in the second half. That hasn't happened.
Under 4 minutes. And now Baker's got to get something going offensively.
Yep. And they can.
Sure.
They run it pretty well. Very capable quarterback, if not better than that, in Graham. And you've got plenty of time, 4 minutes. Time's really not a factor right now.
Norman, how about that stolen kick, though? You get, I mean, just so huge. White takes this one at the 30, and he's held on to by Lacey. Brought down to 35. So now 3:47. Not just a lot of time, but so much time when you think about the up-tempo offense that Baker runs.
How many plays they can get in. Again, it's been an assortment of runs. It's got them inside reverses and quick outs and screens.
Graham.
More the same.
Yep, Marion, but Marion, a handful of jerseys, slowed down and brought down. Williams was the first one there. Got him up high, and now a flag at the end of the play.
This is really, really undisciplined. I don't know who it's on. I don't care. You can't have a penalty right here. Either team. Oh, that might have been a face mask. That might have simply been a face mask.
After the play.
No.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
No.
Defense. 15-yard penalty. First down.
What are you doing?
It was Allen.
What are you doing?
He came in there, and then I'm not sure what the unsportsmanlike, you know, might have been something said, unsportsmanlike, might have been something said, but the 15-yard, and suddenly you're at midfield. Oh, it was a taunting. They were doing, it was taunting.
You got to win the game. You got to win the game. No, man.
Is that taunting?
I guess. Heck if I know.
No gain there for Wheeler back to midfield. Bring up second down. As we move to 3 minutes. Daphne has 2 timeouts. Baker has all 3. Baker not in a big hurry to start this drive. Wheeler in motion out of the backfield, able to get it off, dropped. Christian White couldn't hold on to that one, and now 3rd and 9 coming up.
5.
And Graham's
5 or 6 drops on.
Graham's numbers tonight aren't going to be reflective of the way he's played.
Simple slants.
3rd and 9.
Most of the drops have been on that very pattern. You're going into traffic, you know it. You practice against it. This kid's acting a little shy this evening over the middle.
Tipped up in the air, intercepted again. That's Allen. Stevie Allen comes up with a pick, the 3rd interception on a tip ball tonight for Baker. As Daphne comes up with the INT. The taunting penalty earlier on the drive, and he comes up with the interception on this one. Let's see who gets a hand on this. Goes off his receiver, goes off Marion. That one might be a little behind him.
Yeah, I don't think it was a great throw. It's off Marion. Wow.
And now Daphne at the plus 47 to start this drive.
You're going to have to get Baker to burn their timeouts during this possession. All right, Stevie got off my list. He got the big interception.
2.5 to go. Johnson right up the middle. Brown Johnson breaks a tackle. Johnson into the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans.
Somebody called for him in the first half.
47 yards on the touchdown. No flags.
Wow.
And Daphne has exploded here in the second half.
Really have. What was unthinkable in the first half, running between the tackles.
And had everybody at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
And once he got past the first wave,
Boy, attitude is so much in this game, Jim. And I think the Hornets kind of lost just enough of it to surrender that run.
Second touchdown of the season for Johnson.
Big win for Daphne.
Hold on now. That one's good. And Daphne with a 2-touchdown lead, 34-20 with 2:22 to go. Baker with all of their timeouts. Baker 3 turnovers tonight. 3 interceptions, all on tip balls. The first 2 you put on the receiver, the third one a little more on the quarterback.
Agreed.
Next Friday night, we're back on the Eastern Shore. Spanish Fort and Daphne will get the Trojans again. What a great rivalry, non-region game, but a great rivalry. And Daphne holds on to this one. They'll be coming in on a high. Again, looking to go to 4-1 for the first time since 2020. And, you know, it's talked to Kenny King before the MGM game. Of course, that game didn't come out the way they wanted to, but he kind of thought he had something that could really make some noise this year.
He did. This was, you know, as we looked at the schedule, we both talked about it this week. This game was the linchpin, really, for the season.
Far side, White immediately hit Lacey again with another special teams tackle. Baker's got to be rattled right now.
Got to be. It's almost rattled and too late to do much about it. Now, we've seen some great finishes, so you're right. I might want to pipe down a little bit.
You want to start talking about overtime just while you're at it, just to throw it more, you know?
Daphne was down in this game not long ago, 20-13. They were the ones that had to make the comeback, and now they're up 2 touchdowns. Pretty wild turnaround.
Graham dropped, trying to come to White. Stops the clock and keeps it at 2nd and 10 from the 36. So again, Daphne and Spanish Fort next week. Baker off next week. I kind of see a little body language on Baker right now.
Well, you saw it on that last touchdown run.
Graham floats this one over the middle and incomplete. That one over the head of Cam Moody. No surprise to see E.J. Williams around the football for the Daphne Trojans. One play, 47 yards, just 10 seconds. You get the ball back there, you think, okay, this will be great. We can take some time off the clock, or you can just go 47 yards, spend 10 seconds,
yeah.
Trade it for the touchdown, right?
Yeah.
3rd and 10. Graham looking right side. Checks it down, able to get it off to Jones, who breaks a tackle, and Jones is going to have the first down. And a flag at the end of the play.
Having nearly the pile up of penalties we've had in some of the other weeks. A lot of flags at the end of plays.
Yeah, there wasn't enough time for that to be. Wasn't really. I don't think it was after the. Well, I thought it was maybe something on the tackle.
Do they even have enough for the first down?
Yeah, he was going to have the first down. I think it's going to be a face mask, maybe?
Personal foul. Face mask. The offense.
Whoa.
15 yards. Still 3rd down.
Wow. Man.
15 yards, so stay 3rd down. So it'll be 3rd and about 14, but wow, he had the first down, takes it off the board. Clock rolling. Graham rolls to his right. Comes underneath to Jones. Was he inbounds? Nope. 4th down coming up.
Really athletic play by Graham on the run.
But Daphne got some pressure to.
They have it. Not much all night, but they got some there.
So now 4th and 14, and this could be your ball game right here.
Daphne brings some pressure. Maybe one extra guy.
And now 4th and 19 coming up. Movement on the right side of the line.
Offense. 5-yard penalty. Next 4th down.
That was Clark, senior returning starter.
Yeah, this offensive line's played well in some of the first half.
Eric Scott going to take a timeout here. So 4th and 19 coming up here, and this is, I think shocking's too strong a word, but a surprising second half, I would say.
Yeah, I would agree. After watching that first half, being a little perplexed by what we saw in the first half, like where's the offense from both teams, really?
Yep.
Daphne responded in the second half. On the scoreboard, 34 second half points.
47 combined second half points.
3 of those touchdowns were late.
Yep.
Because they were down 20-13. I got that right? I think they were. Yeah, Baker took the lead.
Scoot Miles, 2 touchdowns tonight and big punt return. So good to see him come back after he went down with that. He was holding his ankle, and he is a catalyst for this Daphne offense for sure. And how about Daphne, not keeping their head in the game after that frustrating first half? Missed opportunities. And now pressure again. Graham, a long way to go, pulls it down. He's just back to the sticks, but he'll get hit and dropped there again by Allen. And that'll be a turnover on downs. Yeah, that was not the play that Eric Scott was hoping to come out of that timeout.
No, it wasn't. But again, in true Daphne style, they're able to pressure the quarterback. Even with just a few rushing.
So Baker with 2 timeouts, down 2 scores. And Daphne with the ball back at the Hornet 35. Speaking of 35, 41-35. St. Paul's leads Theodore in the 4th. Inside give, and Alcia's trying to get to the outside, and he's being brought down, and Eric Scott does not take a timeout. There's no.
I guess now, if you're Daphne, you can just take a couple of knees, get the belt post game on the field from Dr. Pepper, and get the boys back on the bus.
Well, what a fun ride back to Baldwin County that's going to be. Give it off to Johnson, and Johnson will fall ahead. There's a flag back here near the Baker sideline. The open week might be coming at a good time for Baker. Like, this might be a good regroup week, and
we're averaging the last 3 games 44 points a game.
Yeah.
And they just did not show that explosiveness. A lot of credit to Daphne. They never let Marion.
Illegal formation on the offense. More than 4 in the backfield. Repeat. 5-yard penalty.
They never let Marion get off. And
5-yard penalty on the Trojans from the previous spot brings up a
Just got to keep them bottled up enough. Really good defense by Daphne tonight.
Kept themselves, as we said, they could have been a very frustrated team going in at the half. Didn't score, but missed 2 field goals, had first and goal at the 8, couldn't convert.
What the turnout out here at Baker?
Both teams, Daphne traveled well.
Yep.
And Johnson bangs ahead, but they won't have to snap it again. That is going to be a great road win for the Daphne Trojans.
All right, I'll see you on the field.
They're going to 4-1. And now even themselves up at 2-1 with Baker in the region. What a great win on the road for Kenny King and the Daphne Trojans. So they move to 4-1. 2-1 in the region. Baker falls down to 2-1 in the region. 3-2 overall. We'll come back at player and coach reaction down the field with Dan Brennan coming up after this. Big win tonight for Daphne. It's 7-8. Impressive win on the road here tonight for the Daphne Trojans. They beat Baker 34-20. They trailed 7-0 at the half, but what a comeback and what a night for our one-of-a-kind player of the game, Scoot Miles. 2 touchdowns on the night. He gets 1 on the receiving side, and he gets 1 rushing on the night. 100 total yards of offense, 67 yards with 9 receptions, and he had 1 rush for 33 yards. And then he had this touchdown, maybe the highlight play of the game. Scoot Miles, our one-of-a-kind player of the game here tonight for Daphne. And this one salted it away. And the Trojans get the victory here tonight in 7A over Baker. Exploding for 34 second half points. And let's go down to the field right now to Dan Brennan.
What side would you like me on?
be right with you. Dan Brennan on the field with Coach Kenny King. He's trying to get his team back so they can win their belt from Dr. Pepper. Great second half, Coach. Somebody said at halftime, what are we going to do here? What do you think Daphne needs to do? And I said, I think Kenny's going to get stubborn and find a running game until they run it, and you did.
Man, first I want to give glory to God. The biggest thing is, man, I didn't have to do anything because our seniors went in that locker room and they talked and they led this team back out second half. So, man, I'm just excited what they did, and I'm just glad to be a part.
I tell you, that team, they got comfortable being behind. It was not a problem to be behind. And there they were suddenly scoring the last 3 touchdowns of the game in the last, 7 minutes or so.
Man, again, man, they came out and competed. When you talk about a team, this is a team. They play together as a team. So, again, I'm just proud of those guys. Happy for the coaching staff, man. They did a great job playing, and so we're super excited to get this win.
Hope you don't mind the TV lights. We're back with you next week over at Spanish Sports, so we'll say good luck again.
Yes, sir.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Here's a presentation from Dr. Pepper.
Great game, Coach.
Yes, sir.
On behalf of Coca-Cola and Dr. Pepper, here's your Friday Night Rivals trophy.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What a big win. What a big belt to get. And a big belt of offense in that second half for Daphne. 34 points. They get the win 34-20, beating Baker here in West Mobile. And our school bus stop of the game. It just lots of turnovers in this game. Kind of surprising at some points. But it was 3 interceptions tonight from Tate Graham of the Baker Hornets. The first 2, they were tip balls that the receivers probably thought they should have had, but instead they go off their hands. But then the third one that kind of was the big one that sealed this one away here was Stevie Allen getting the pick. It went off the hand of the receiver. That one's maybe more not as well thrown balls as the other one, but our bus stop of the game, and Daphne gets the win here tonight on the road in West Mobile. Want to thank our great sponsors, Andrews Diesel and Automotive, ArcelorMittal Calvert, Coca-Cola United Bottling, Dr. Pepper, Greer's Markets, McMurphy Orthodontics, the Mobile County Sheriff's Department, NHTSA, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Roof Doctors, SA Recycling, United Johnson Brothers, and the United States Coast Guard. So for Sam Day, Jared Kihas, our great crew, our director, Anthony Goldman here tonight, my partner Dan Brennan. What a night. Great job by our entire crew here for our Friday Night Rivals matchup. A big one in 7A, and it moves Daphne up into that number 2 spot so far and drops Baker down to number 3. But a lot of football left to be played. Scoot Miles, the player of the game. He leads Daphne to the victory here tonight, 34-20 on the campus of Baker High School. For Friday Night Rivals, I'm Jim Cox saying good night, and we'll talk to you next week back across the bay.
Miles, 10-yard pass complete for a Daphne touchdown. Miles changes directions for the Trojan and takes the final 5 yards for a Daphne touchdown.